Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
What's up, y'all? Sorry about that. I got a little sidetracked here. I was trying to share the street to our groups here. Welcome back, y'all, to City Ringside. This is episode number 146. How's it going, fellas?
It's going.
Just another Thursday night, right, guys?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't just call it just another Thursday night. It's Sitting Ringside, episode 146.
I don't know if it's me or I don't know if it's Rudy, but you sound rough.
You sound like a monster.
Rough.
You sound like a monster.
Well, guys, before we get started onto the show, for everybody that's out there watching and or listening, I am Robert Villa, and my co-host with me is David Rodriguez, Mark Andrew Miller, and producer at large, we have our boy Rudy Lara. Like I mentioned before, this is episode number 146. We have a good show tonight, and a quick shout out to David for always putting out these banger cover photos, these art photos for our podcast. It's just do amazing work, man. I really do appreciate that. That one is I like tonight's cover art.
Yeah.
Well, quick shout out to HK8 USA. Go to hkausa.com. Go and show your support to them. They show a lot of support to the fighters and to Fightbook MMA, so go and check them out. Also to MMA TV and to Sprinty and Fight TV, all those platforms. Oh, and Flow Sports. Sorry, I gotta add all those.
Flow Sports. Do I sound better now?
No, you sound very loud, Rudy.
No, but does it sound the same? Does it sound weird?
It sounds distorted.
It sounds distorted. Jeez.
You sound like
It sounds
Dr. Claw from
distorted.
It sounds
Dr. Gadget.
distorted. Jeez.
You sound like Dr. Claw from
It sounds
Dr. Gadget.
distorted. Jeez.
You sound like
I mean, you do sound a little better.
Yeah, let me work on it. You guys keep talking.
Yeah. Okay. So shout out to Sprinty, MMA TV, Flow Sports, and Fight TV. These are big time MMA platforms that live stream a lot of events, and we have the pleasure and the honor to be able to work with them. So go check them out. Go to fightmma.com, hit the menu button, and you'll be able to go to their league. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do the quick rundown of the events that are happening this weekend, starting on September 30th. Our friends and partners over at Brave Combat, they are going to have Brave CF62. It's an early start, depending where you live. Like where I live, it's going to start about 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Depending where you live, they are in Kazakhstan, it's going to start about 3 o'clock in the morning. Early start for these. So if you're a hardcore fan, it's going to go to bravecftv.com or to YouTube, and you'll be able to watch this event for free. Also, LFA 143, Lopez versus Paiva. One on Prime Video 2. That's going to be also on September 30th. And live on Fight Rogue MMA 4. Now on October 1st, the next 6 events are going to be live on Fight. DFC 15, Hardcore Promotion 7, Grapple Fest 13, iZone MMA 2, Roll in the Cage 6, Rumble in the Cage 63. Now, of course, we have UFC Fight Night 211 and Bellator 286. I'm sure there's a lot more events that's happening out there. There are a lot of local events. Go to Tapology, do your search. It's all in there. As far as whether live streaming, that's up in the air because I don't know. That just take too much time to be able to do all that research.
Yeah, we'd be talking. The intro would be 30 minutes long, mandatory.
Right.
So.
And for boxing and bare knuckle on October 1st, the next 2 events live on Fight. Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 43, BKFC 30 Monroe, and also on October 1st, Luis Neri versus Jesus Ruiz. And that's it for boxing. So there's a lot more MMA events this time around than boxing. Usually it's the other way around. So there we go. Guys, we didn't have a UFC event last weekend, which is pretty rare for that to happen, which was pretty nice though, because there was other events that we were able to watch. But before we start on with our predictions of UFC Fight Night and on the outside the cage news, us at Sitting Ringside and at Fight Book MMA want to give our condolences to Coolio's family. He did pass away yesterday. He was a huge MMA fan and boxing fan. He even performed at Conor McGregor's pub. So he was pretty low key into the combat sports.
Artist Leon Ivy Jr. was his name. I bet a lot of people didn't even know that.
I didn't get what you said, man. You're kind of loud.
Hey, but all the events listed that Rob mentioned, as well as being a fan of Coolio, hey, but watching all those events live every single second, every weekend, you're not a real fight fan. And if you ain't never listened to Fantastic Voyage or Gangster's Paradise or can't name one Coolio song, then yeah, you grew up in the wrong time. Yeah, better times.
Yep. And Rudy, what do you always say about Fuck It Fridays? You don't know? We're having some technical difficulties on this microphone.
Hey, Fuck It Fridays.
If you're not eating it every Friday, you're not a real fight fan.
Yeah, they're becoming
right? I don't know.
Pretty popular now too. Fuck It Friday is kind of a big thing. I heard them talking to a couple of the Dana White Contender Series. I think even Bo Nickel answered the question how the fighters, of course, they're training, they're cutting weight, they can't eat anything. It's on a Friday right before they fight, and it's Dana White eating deep fried fucking Oreos with Howler head dipping sauce, you know. So
That's gross.
Deep fried Oreos sound tasty, but I'd rather dip that in chocolate or something.
yeah, it's
I mean,
some crazy shit every week.
once in a great while, I'll have Oreos, but like in the ice cream form. It's
Yeah.
gotta be
Oreo
like that.
cookie ice
That
cream.
cookies
Oreo
and
cookie ice cream is
cookies.
bomb
Yeah,
tasty.
yeah.
I'm not a fan of those freak filled fucking dishes or whatever they make. I don't care. I will eat the simple meat and potatoes and be good to go.
No, Oreo cookie blizzard cake is the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All
Rob,
right.
Robert, you know that?
Oh, you sound a lot better. Yeah. Just don't
Yeah,
get too close to the microphone. But you do sound. Just don't
yeah,
get too close to the microphone. Yeah, I mean, right now you sound perfect. You sound way better. Yeah, I mean, what were you gonna say, David? You sound
So I was
way
mentioning
better.
about last week. It was a rare week.
What were you
No
gonna say,
UFC. We had a little
David?
short hiatus.
You
Of
sound
course,
way
Dana White
better.
Contender Series taking place.
What were you gonna say,
We'll get to that in just a second. But a one Floyd Money Mayweather competed last Saturday. Pyramids upon pyramids. But tell me that fight was a real fight. From
No,
the
it
flower
wasn't.
drop,
It was a sparring match.
like
It was sparring in a local gym. That's all it was, David. It was sparring. That's
Rob.
all it was.
Look,
What was your take, Rob?
the part where it all started to be all fucked up was what's his face dropping the damn flowers in front of Mayweather. It's total disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
And racist.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, that to me was so disrespectful. Hey, but you know what? I give it to Money Mayweather that to me was so handle it like a man. Hey, but you know what? He picked up the flowers, handle it like a man. Hey, but you know what? Was cool about it. You know, he just had a smile and was like, whatever. You got nothing.
It's all part of the plan. So Floyd's the man controlling it all. So yeah, starting from the flower drop to the 3 punches landed in the fight, one of which didn't even land clean, and the fight's over.
It landed like somewhere on his neck and shoulder, and he goes down like if he got knocked out. Come on.
My kid lands better punches on me, okay?
I've seen better fights at the Bushes and the Albuquerque 7-11s over the years as Eugene S. Robinson.
I've seen better fights with 2 ants trying to fight for their meal.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a big deal when Floyd fights. I mean, I know there are several other like really talented fighters on the card. Like, what does they say? The other guys like the second coming of John Jones. What is his name? Rug, or what's his name?
Oh yeah, Rug. He was actually live streaming today. I don't know what it was. I didn't catch it, but I got that notification that he was live streaming. I was like, whoa, where did this guy come back from?
I don't know. I find it weird that Ryzen has gone that way. You know what I mean? Like when they first came about, they seemed like they were, because they had like one of the former owners of Pride as well, just like one. I'm like, okay, it's gonna, we're gonna get some good, fights, and they've had some good events. But doing these ones where they have Floyd fighting on their card is just like, I'm like. Card is just like I don't dislike him. I'm like they're cheesy sparring matches. That's all they are. I don't dislike him. I'm just like
but they're making
cheesy
bank.
sparring matches. That's all they are. I don't dislike. Yeah, you're right.
Well, it hasn't been the same since the what do you call it, the Soup Cup mascots disappeared, right? What happened to that thing?
Hey, that's true. That is true. And speaking of Floyd Mayweather, I did publish an article where he is going to face YouTube star Deji Alatunji in a full contact exhibition boxing match on November the 13th.
He's facing Deji.
Yeah.
KSI's brother.
Yep, YouTube star Deji. He's going to fight him. So
well,
are you kidding?
Floyd's got a lot of taxes to pay or bills to pay apparently, and he's already going to get booked in less than a month. And oh man, I can't wait to. Yeah, I'll watch, but yeah,
it's going to be on DAZN probably then, because Deji only fights on DAZN right now.
Has to be, yeah.
It's going to be on the Zone X series probably.
I'm more curious.
Like if they're smart, they'll have it on the X series card because they usually have the special kind of fights on those kind of cards.
Yeah, because honestly, I'm more curious about the undercard shit show matches that'll be on there. Because
the last X series was YouTubers versus each other.
Yeah, that's right.
That's when KSI fought the two guys in the one night. So with the one pro boxer who was 2-5 and complained every second or third shot was a back of the head shot.
Wow. Yeah.
It was bad.
Well, we're kind of like going right into Jake Paul and the whole situation with Silva, whether it's Diaz, and then it's like 2 weeks later we get Floyd. So that's pyramids in itself. Just that booking is so recent and whatever the hell you call happened last Saturday. But yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get Jake versus Floyd by March. Come on, Floyd already knocked out Logan and held him up in the fight, so he might as well face his brother.
Yeah. Well, this fight with Mayweather, it's going to be on the Global Titan Fight Series, and it's going to be at the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai.
Ooh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They got some money to spend then. Oh, they're going to get banked then.
Yeah, and it's going to be on pay-per-view, but it's not. We're not sure which pay-per-view platform, but that's what I'm reading here that it is going to be.
And then about as far as last week events, there was some MMA. We know they had the Bellator event in Dublin. We said there would be a Conor appearance. He didn't actually appear, but he was a big help and support of Joel Romero, showing him love, offering him cars, whatever he wants back in Dublin. And what did Joel Romero do? As Marky predicted, he's going to go out there and hurt someone. On either side, we've seen it happen back in Dublin. And what did Joel? On either side, we've seen it happen back in Dublin. And what do you guys think of the Joel Romero win? Though? I mean, he's like the ageless wonder. Like, I mean, he's probably
he's not human.
Yeah, he's exactly.
He's honestly he's half robot or half alien. I'm sorry. He heals easily, and there's something up with that.
Yeah, he's kind of like a guy we'll talk about later. Like Francisco Trinaldo's like the welterweight Joel Romero, right? He found and but yeah, what do you guys think of the event? Did you guys catch it in its entirety? Because I know if you didn't,
I caught some of it, Dave. I did catch some of it. Not all of it. I caught bits and pieces. But I watched most of it because it was on YouTube. I'm just chilling with my kid watching it, and I'm just like, all right,
Yeah. I watched what I could.
So I had to shut it off for a little bit.
Yeah, I watched what I could just because I have to work. It was during my work hours, so it's and I work for a hospital, so it's not like I can have the live stream just sitting there with all the patients to see what I'm watching. So
some of those patients would have probably loved that though,
or my boss.
No, the solution to
loved it though.
The very only solution to that is quit your job and you only watch fights because that's how real fight fans do it.
Hell yeah, and get paid to do that.
Yeah.
But there were some decent fights on the card though. There was a couple good ones that had some good finishes and good. There's some fun ones to watch, but it was Bellator in Dublin. That seems like their second home right now. Every couple events are in Dublin. It seems like, right?
Well, they've done Italy. Yeah, they've done more European shows than the UFC. So now that everything's going back to normal, that the UFC's shown that they're gonna return to Dubai at some point. Bellator's making their mark out there. The UFC wants to return to Australia or New Zealand, of course, because of all the Volkanovskis, Adesanyas, and all the great fighters, great talent there. So, and there's Mexico too. I know they're building the PI in Mexico. So it's UFC just keeps taking over the world. But they got to take. They have some guy named Khabib in front of them too that is doing international shows left and right too. So,
but check this out though. In the last 6 years, there's only been one promotion that has traveled internationally more than the UFC. In less than 6 years, and that's Brave Combat.
Yeah.
So Brave Combat is to me is taking over the international market because they're going to places that no other promotion has gone yet.
Yeah, they've been a big staple as far as having the worldwide market and not held back even during pandemic times. I mean, shoot, man, Combates, of course, they've held staple in Florida, Mexico, but I know the UFC's got great interest in Mexico, returning to Brazil. I know the UFC's yet to announce it, but I know it's somewhat soon to be announced. Is the what's the meme I posted earlier, Rob? The 33rd time. What are we gonna have?
Moreno and Figgy.
Yeah, that fight's happening in Brazil. It's in January, I believe. So UFC starting to book fights into January. We heard about a couple of them earlier today. We'll get to them, but as we transition into our segment of the week, as always, everybody knows there's a lot going on.
On the outside the cage news, Rudy, cue the outside the cage news.
Outside the Cage News.
So
Fight bookings happening. We heard today, actually, it should be official by today or tonight. Indeed, the main event, Glover Teixeira, Yuri Prochaska, the December 10th UFC show. That is indeed happening. They will announce that Figueiredo for the 9th time too, as well. Going into the previous or 2 days ago, Tuesday Night Contender Series. The guy should have been signed the first time out, but they threw him back in there to close the season out, and it was a hell of a season. He was a big staple in, getting all the traffic and people interested, doing fucking ESPN talking about him all day. Bo Nickel showing out once again, getting a great win over a quality opponent.
Baby Jan Blachowicz.
Bo Nickel showing out once again in less than 36 hours.
Win over a quality opponent.
Baby Jan Blachowicz.
On December 10th. So your thoughts on that? Less than 36 hours. Yeah, with you, Mark. What do you think about
Baby Jan Blachowicz.
Jared Kelly questioned us: Is he a champion by 2024? Mark, what do you think about that?
That's you don't want to really push him too soon. Like you don't want to hype him up so much to where he just gets derailed like that. You know what I mean? Like you don't want him to be derailed and then go off, so quickly. But he's got something special about him, and I can see him at least being a top 5 by next summer. Because you never know with the UFC how they do the matchmaking, but I'd say at least by 2025 he'll be champion. Just because you know how UFC likes to do the matchmaking and they like to give certain guys fights instead, so we'll see. But it depends how he does in his next fight, right? Sorry, Robert. What, Rudy? You don't want to really push him too soon. Like you don't want to what, Rudy? You don't want to.
What'd you say, Rudy?
Too soon. Like you don't want to what, Rudy?
You can't hear it. Okay.
Oh.
I think Bo Nichols is a very talented fighter. Now, to be saying that, is he going to be champion in 2024? Maybe he can be. I mean, you just never know. I mean, he fought a guy that that was in the same I guess you want to call it the same wavelength or whatever. It is the Contender Series. Now, you get a guy from coming out of the Contender Series, jumping into the UFC, like an actual UFC event. It's nerves kick in, So we just got to see how he looks in his first couple fights in the UFC, who they match him with. How is he going to handle the pressure, the media, all of that comes to play. And that's what we got to see first. I mean, we can't just say, he's going to be champ. I mean, we can say that we can say anybody's going to be a champ, future champ, for sure. We can say future champ. How soon? I don't know. It all depends on who he faces in his next fight. So
styles make fights. So if they match him up with the wrong style of fights, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a very, very talented fighter. So we just have to see. We have to see.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think, just his skill set alone, we've seen a lot of wrestlers have major success in the UFC. Like GSPs, the Johnny Hendricks, like guys that
Matt
were
Hughes.
right? I mean, Matt Hughes, like the old era, but nowadays, in fact, still the strong wrestling pedigree is still going to get you to the top. It's going to get you in fights where if you don't have the striking, you can fall back on Bo Nickel, one of the most credentialed, baddest wrestlers that's out there, who's mixed it up with some jiu-jitsu guys. I like him in any fight, man. Like, he's calling out for Chimaev. He's calling for these big fights, as he should. He's got a lot of, like ESPN talking about him. When you come through the Contender Series, so many people know about you. They're promoting you. They know your name, just like the Joe Pyfers. And I think he could be a guy that they fast-track to a title shot, or like the Chimaev treatment, just that 185. Yeah, I think you do the 70 division. He's very skilled, man. And it's really cool, too, because, like, I did not know, like, my partner, Dominic Casales, shout out to Dominic if you're listening. He has some back history with Bo Nickel because he's a wrestling coach, son of a very high-level wrestler, and Bo Nickel actually wrestled for Rio Rancho High School in Albuquerque at some point back in the day. So it's a cool story that he's on, man, and he made it look damn easy on Tuesday night. So the Jamie Pickett fight, I'm sure he's probably a heavy favorite too. Looking forward to seeing him step in there. It's a couple days before my birthday. It's not going to be
an easy task, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jamie Pickett, that kind of puts him right there into the top 20-ish, into the thick of things at 185. But 185, that is a division he could own in less than a year's time or two. So
we'll see what's going to happen with the young guns. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. You know, we need some new blood in the division because guys are starting to retire or going out to do like movies and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we need some more consistency in the divisions.
Yeah, people talking about everybody's the next go and somebody who's this and who's that. Like, we've seen it happen. I mean, like you said, Mark, great point. Seen guys that get fast tracked, they get starched. It's a little too early. That's why I'm kind of worried about the Raul Roses thing. Like, everybody's hyping him up, comparing him to John Jones. There's like a bunch of people that are just so high on the kid. It's not like I'm super high on the kid. I just know it's going to be a tough route. Like, he could get steamrolled in a fight, and maybe he bounces back in a couple years and is a stud, gets a shot at the gold. But very few have done that. You know, Chimaev's the exception. Connor is a fucking enigma of the sport. Very few, you know what I mean? So, but I'd like to see Bo Nickel in that 85 division in the mix against the top killers, and we'll see what's from there.
Now we might have Rojas on next week.
Okay.
I've been talking to his dad, so
cool.
Yeah. So I'll be getting in contact with him this weekend and figure
this
out and see.
He's very sitting ringside material too. I like the kid, and I like to ask him about down there chilling with the coach, Master Swan, and his experience there in New Mexico. So it'd be cool to chat with the kid next week. So, but moving forward with the outside the cage news, going into fight bookings, we mentioned Glover Teixeira Yuri. We heard about Calvin Gastelum. Calvin Gastelum has been out for a minute. We don't know what's going on with him. He's fighting Imavov, and that's slated for, I think, that same card, right, Rob? December 10th?
Yeah, so it's going to be the first event in 2023.
Oh, it's January. Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be no other fighters have been announced on that card yet.
It's a main event fight.
He's going to be the main eventing 5-round fight.
Good for Gastelum.
It's a tough fight too. Imavov's a motherfucker, and they have high hopes for him. So usually you got to go through Calvin Gastelum to get to like we're talking about Bo Nickel. Imagine a Bo Nickel against either of them guys right there. We'd love to kind of see that. As young as he is, imagine that, just throwing him out there. But,
so the exact date is January the 14th.
Okay. And I believe Armin Sarukian versus Ismagulov is booked as well on that same card. I'm not looking at
I'd have to look on Tapology, honestly.
And 85 division, I can't believe RoboCop's coming back this quick with that big ass fucking gash on his head, but he's fighting Brad Tavares.
RoboCop is some other. He's just like what's his face that we just mentioned.
Yoel?
Yeah, he's like another Yoel Romero, man.
Yeah, he's built like just not human. He's part Terminator a little bit, but yeah, I was kind of surprised that he's back in it. But I mean, he wants to fight in. I think that's the Brazil card, that Brad Tavares RoboCop. That's the Figueiredo Moreno bout headlining. So it's only right you get the goddamn RoboCop on that card, right? So
yeah.
Yeah. And then I think what PFL, I know, Mark, you're a big PFL guy. They announced their November 25th card where each, like, how many bouts where a fighter can earn $1 million?
5 or 6.
There you
I
go.
have to double check. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that one. Kayla
Yeah.
Harrison for the finals. Olivier's no. At least 5 finals. At least 5. There could be 6. I'm not 100% sure. So don't quote me on that one. You know what I mean? I don't want to assume that there's that many finals, but there's at least 5 for sure.
There
$5
is.
million at least on the line, possibly 6.
Well, name how many UFC fighters are making $1 million this weekend?
Zero.
I'm gonna say Olivier. Olivier Mercier is gonna win. He's gonna win his at least.
Yeah, because in their entire careers, it's very rare that UFC fighters even
make $1 million, even $500,000.
Yeah, winnings of even like a half or a $250,000. But yeah,
well, look how much they got to spend on licensing and doctors and managers, your gym fees, this and that, and you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, overall cost. You know, yeah. Besides that, of course, going into it, but.
Well, I know a fighter that's fighting this weekend that had to start a GoFundMe page for his training camp.
Unfortunately, we've seen that happen to quite a few fighters out there.
And it broke my freaking heart. I'm like, are you kidding me? A GoFundMe page for your last fight, your do or die fight in the UFC, and you have to start a GoFundMe page for your training camp? Like, what? Are you, like, were you not paid ever?
Hey, I'm not going to go deep into the topic, but we've heard about Cyborg starting OnlyFans. She's one of the greatest female fighters always, but that's
okay. I'm gonna send you a picture, Dave, that I found of her. I ain't gonna lie, her ass looks really good in it, and I know Rudy's not gonna like it, but I'm gonna send it in the group chat. No, I'm doing that to you. I'm doing that to you guys now. It looks really good. I'm sorry. The face doesn't look that good, but the booty looks pretty damn good. It's like Beth Correa. The booty looks good, but the face looks
Man, where is Rudy Lara on this topic?
Butterface. It's a butterface picture.
He's gonna sit this show out because he's having some issues with his microphone.
But it's definitely a butterface picture.
Back to PFL though, the tournament listing, you got Brendan Loganey and Bubba Jenkins. That's a good fight.
Bubba Jenkins gonna win that.
Yeah, Bubba Jenkins is dope. And then of course, Rob, you know, you got the articles on Fightbook MMA about the Shane Burgos, Marlon Moraes fight. Those guys are going out there, getting an opportunity to get a big paycheck. And they're
Marlon's coming home
at 45.
Marlon's going home, right? What was PFL before it became PFL? World Series of Fighting. Who was champion in World Series of Fighting? Marlon Moraes.
Man,
so
that's good.
Going home.
Yeah, and I think Burgos. I think this event is in New York, so Burgos is undefeated in New York, like 5-0. So that's going to be a good pick'ems fight. Maybe make some cashola, Rudy Lara special right there.
So I have the odds for that fight.
I have the fight card with me. There's only 12 bouts. We got Kayla Harrison versus Larissa Pacheco, Brennan Longney versus Bubba Jenkins, Shane Burgos versus Marlon Moraes, Ant Elijah versus Maltese Shifel, Olivier Mercier versus Stevie Ray, and then Sabidou Sai versus Delano Taylor, Robert Wilkinson versus Omari Akhmedov.
Yeah, the Wolverine.
Yep. Natan Shoot.
The Schulte and then Jeremy Stevens fight.
Jeremy Stevens fight. Jeremy Stevens. Oh shit! Yeah. I didn't even know they were fighting on this card.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
It's gonna be a good card, I think. Honestly,
Catherine Gorogenis, Biagio Ali Walsh versus Tom Greaser. Wow, it's gonna be a good card.
I think, though. Don't sleep on this card, Roberto. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
And I think
I can't pick between my boy Marlon and fucking Burgos. I like both guys.
Same here.
Marlon's my boy, and I'm just like, someone's gonna get hurt in that fight.
Yeah, well, they'll make $1 million off getting hurt, so that's even better.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, I think speaking of Bellator, Scott Coker too. Bellator's kind of been on a short hiatus, but they're ramping things back up. They got the lightweight tournament. Of course, we got a big pretty big show in Long Beach. We'll get to in a minute and do our picks and predictions. But did you guys see the lineup for the lightweight Grand Prix for Bellator?
No, I've not seen it
I
yet.
didn't catch it. I didn't catch it.
Wait, they released it?
Yeah, well, Coker did an interview, and they're supposed to release the full bout listing, I think tonight or sometime tonight, tomorrow.
I think that surprise entrants are going to be Nate Diaz and Eddie Alvarez.
See, that's the thing. Like, if it does happen, like, hey.
I'm sorry, Eddie's going home.
Hey, Eddie Alvarez.
I feel like it.
We said Eddie would eventually go back and talk about it, his release, and from one going back to Bellator. I think it's a pretty good fitting. PFL is another option, but
Nate said he wants $1 million per fight in Bellator. He goes, "I'll go to Bellator, but I want $1 million per fight."
Yeah,
Coker they can afford it.
Oh yeah, they could. They got good financial backing. You're right, Roberto. They got good financial backing there.
Viacom is rich.
And now AJ McKee's going up to lightweight, so that'd be kind of interesting to see AJ McKee versus Nate or AJ versus Eddie.
Yeah, AJ McKee against Nate, NorCal versus SoCal, fucking beef.
Yeah, a battle of Cali. Oh, would you want that for a first round fight or a finals fight though? That's the thing. Would you want that for the first round, or would you want that for the finals? Maybe?
Who gives a shit? Just make it a main event.
Exactly. Because you know what? Oh, that'd be great. Oh,
make it into a main event bout, and they will sell tickets.
Oh, they would.
They will sell a lot of tickets.
Man, yeah, I think I don't know. It's pretty interesting to see the Nate Diaz sweepstakes, who cashes in, and we were talking about it last week. He could cash in on any fight in several different organizations, not just be put on the shelf like he'd been in the UFC. And yeah, man, it's kind of a shame, but it is what it is. Nate's making a huge payday in his next fight, and Bucket, Bo Nickel, and fucking Nick Diaz, fuck the world. Let's do it.
And don't forget, Rafael Dos Anjos versus Brian Barberina is slated for UFC Orlando on December 3rd.
Yeah, that's the card they returned to Florida. The original spot where Tony Ferguson's soul was taken, I think, in that same arena. But yeah, and then I've heard about what is it? Edson Barboza's out, right? Of the Topuria fight. Did they find is there a replacement for Edson Barboza?
I haven't heard.
Okay. Well, there's a guy named Damon Jackson that's out there too that can maybe throw in that fight, but yeah. But yeah, outside the cage news, always some interesting shit. I mean, there's several other topics. I don't know if you guys want to get to those or move to Bellator.
Yeah. Put it on.
You guys take on Luke Rockhold saying he's coming back, and if
what?
Well, he said if Pereira ends up beating Adesanya, he sees that as a fight that's that he can win.
Pereira would knock his ass out.
Didn't he just fucking retire?
I thought he retired. I'm like, yeah, didn't he retire? Like, exactly, bro. Didn't he freaking retire after he got his ass beat by Costa?
He said he'd unretire for Pereira, as if he's gonna just.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Here you go. Here's a championship fight here.
Pereira or Adesanya would knock him out. I'm sorry. Like I don't mind Luke. I don't hate him. He's a creepy little weirdo. You know, he is a bit creepy. If you watch that one dating show he was on, $1 Million Matchmaker, he was a creepy fuck on that show. But he will get knocked out by either Israel or Alex in a heartbeat. He will break that glass jaw of his.
Well, I think they there was talks of Chris Weidman returning in the new year. I'd like to see that fight ran back again. You know what I mean? Like, that's always something I've wanted to see.
Weidman by submission.
Because Weidman, man, had he not threw that spinning fucking shit kick and got taken down, you never know what would have happened. You know, I'm always a big Chris Weidman dude, and I remember that moment, man. That's a fight that, like, God damn it, man. You guys remember? Yeah. But hey, Luke, you come back, Chris Weidman's the fight for you. There ain't no Pereira fight.
That'd be that makes the most sense is Weidman.
It could be a co-main event, even though Luke's on a slide, unretiring. Chris has been out for a long time. So, yeah, UFC matchmakers, call up Rockhold and tell him Chris Weidman's on the phone. And
MSG.
Get that shit booked.
MSG?
Do it at MSG. Or Long Island, even. Do it in Long Island.
Yeah.
Weidman's backyard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what do you guys think of the well, we're all sort of, we throw some conspiracy takes out there on this show a lot. That's why the whole reason the pyramids are there. But what do you guys think of Rogan and Dana especially pissed off about the conspiracy of Brendan Schaub about the whole Nate Diaz, the last minute shifts of fights and shit? Like, I know you guys heard it. Like, Schaub said that the switcheroo and everything that happened was it was a fixed fight and it's out of control. Like, and Dana said the guy needs a therapy, he needs a help.
I'll let you go first, Roberto. I'll let you go first, Bob.
I think Schaub is trying to be funny, like he's always have in his whole entire career, in his stand-up career, quote unquote. Yeah. So the Schaub needs to just know his role and shut the fuck up and stick to his podcast. Because for him to be saying that there is a conspiracy theory, I don't know if that's true. I'm not going to say it is. But I think it was done intentionally to sell more pay-per-view and tickets. Because if you noticed in the weigh-ins, or was it the weigh-ins or yeah, I think it was at the weigh-ins. Hardly anybody was there.
Yeah, I said it in the chat. It was kind of dead, and
hardly anybody was there. Now, when they did the switcheroo, sellout crowd.
That last minute shuffle will forever be pyramids. And I know Rudy Lara's off tonight due to sound issues, but I mean, there was something there. You know, I'm not going to say Brendan Schaub wasn't on to something. Like, maybe
he hopped on the bandwagon with that conspiracy. That's all he did, was hop on the bandwagon of the fans, because
that's what a lot of MMA fans do. They believe like whatever 4 people that are out there that have a Twitter following with like 30,000 people, like whatever the fuck. But yeah, there's still people out there that kind of still pay attention to the fights, have sources to people, boots on the ground in the facility, in the back, whatever it may be. But yeah, we were talking last week about it's not quite a conspiracy yet until it happens, but the Jake Paul Anderson Silva fight dropping out and Nate Diaz comes in because of the whole.
Didn't we call that? Didn't we call that Jake Paul Anderson was gonna get?
Wait, has it been?
No, not quite yet, but I'm
not quite yet, but it's going to. We're gonna.
No, I'm going full MMA conspiracy dude style. And I'm gonna say that the fight doesn't happen because you go back, I don't know how many episodes. Go check me on the record. I said Nate and Chimaev wouldn't happen. I said it like 5 months before they were trying to figure out when date it was. Then it happened, and then it just didn't happen out of nowhere. So you could check the record. So MMA conspiracy guy shit, you know. And I guess another conspiracy we can go into and lead into our UFC Fight Night Pick'ems is Mark Zuckerberg buying out the UFC Apex.
Okay. What the hell is that all about? Like, you also that video of him training, right?
Yeah.
You know, like he's
gonna call someone out at the end of the night? Is he gonna call out someone at the end of the night?
He does pretty good. I bet you anything. He went there. He probably did all this just so he can have the entire place to himself, watch the fights, and say, should I be an investor in this or not?
Yeah.
You know, Roberto, you are 100% correct on that. He's like, should I invest a few billion into MMA? And he's like, should I do it with the UFC or should I do it with some other company?
Yeah, because the UFC, they're running
huge.
out of it.
He's big on the metaverse. So this could be an angle for him to make his billions that he's been losing on this stupid ass metaverse and to be able to get his money back.
No. Where's the damn pyramids at? Jesus.
What? Wait. Rudy said something here.
Rudy said, go ahead, Rob.
Oh, I love you, Rudy.
Rudy says that, nah, man, he's announcing his alien invasion live out there.
I love you, Rudy. That was awesome.
I'm not ruling that out. I'm with Rudy.
Hey, I'm with Rudy too, man. It could happen. He's probably going to invite a bunch of aliens, and they're going to be there sitting in the crowd.
But yeah, and then Dana's over here pissed off that, like, I think Mackenzie Dern is one that said it, or I don't know.
Yeah, with the beans.
But Apparently, she doesn't know
Kenzie
shit,
the Booty Derns spilled the beans.
but she's a goofball and she doesn't know anything. And like Dana rules all. So like until we see it and find out, maybe tomorrow night or weigh-ins time or so, I don't know. Maybe Mark Zuckerberg is fighting on the card and we don't know.
Oh shit! Don't even say that, David.
Special
You've seen that damn
appearance.
video. He's not. He cannot. No. Don't, David.
Yeah.
Put him in Eagle FC against Khabib. Teach him a lesson.
Elon Musk versus Zuckerberg.
Exactly. That's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get that in Abu Dhabi.
That's right. That's money. The real money fight that we never knew we had coming our way. And Rudy said
Steve Jobs in that fight, but should have been Steve Jobs versus Mark Zuckerberg, but we didn't get that. But now it's me, Zuckerberg versus Musk. So
Rudy said that he's fighting CM Punk for the rights to the earth.
Oh my God, CM Punk's doing guest appearances on fucking Minds MC. Okay.
Yeah, that's our very own Rudy Lara. Of course, the perfect take right there, and I'm with it. I'm interested. So.
Yeah. Well, I still think that Zuckerberg is probably there, and he's going to have his team there, and they're going to evaluate the situation and see if he's going to be an investor.
I agree.
So he probably doesn't want all the fucking crowd and people trying to take pictures with him and doing all this shit. And that's why there's no media, there's no crowd. It's just the fighters, Dana, and company, and that's it. So I bet you anything, it's going to happen by next week. They're going to announce Mark Zuckerberg is an investor.
Has invested into the UFC or the company that owns the UFC. I mean,
right?
You know what I mean?
When you have like secret, or you have like alien exposure to humans, it's not a good thing. So you got to have like the place cleared out, got to be clean, got to be set up a proper way. There has to be rituals done. So I could see why it's been bought out.
Yeah. Yes, Rudy. Yes, we know that he can watch it at home, but it's a totally different animal watching it at home and watching it cage side. Totally different. So I just feel because now that Zuckerberg is training, he wants to see exactly what's going on in real life, a real fight.
Well, I'm more if Elon Musk ever gets involved, that's the potential of a UFC Apex show in space. I'm more interested in that.
On Mars.
That's for a later show. We called it here, so later down the road, the UFC wants to take that next step. We go to Mars or space.
Or on the moon or on Mars. We're gonna get a fight on Mars or on moon by
2025.
I can't say 2030. I can't. That's too soon. 2030 is too soon. By 2040, we're gonna get one.
Yeah, Bo Nickel defends the belt in space.
Jesus.
No, Raul Rose is fighting on Mars.
No.
What are the odds?
John Jones will finally fight on the moon. That's when Bones will finally fight. Is on the moon.
Oh Lord!
Raul Rose is
where did this show just take off to?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
They went to the moon. That's where.
See, Rudy, see what you do, man. That's my dog right there. Producer hand, Rudy Lara. Shout out to you, brother. But we can move forward and talk about. I totally forgot this was happening, and I'm really interested in the fight itself. Motherfucking Big Ben Rothwell, bare knuckle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Man.
Big Ben bare knuckle.
Debuting. He is debuting his bare knuckle debut this Saturday. It's the man. I don't want to miss that fight.
No, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, like
we know we can submit people, but we know we can knock people out in bare knuckles. I'm kind of afraid for that heavyweight division.
He'll be champ.
Mm-hmm.
Heavyweight.
By next year, by next summer, he'll be champion in the heavyweight division and BKFC. We know that already. It's a given. But he's gonna have to go through Alan Belcher, and Alan Belcher is a nasty mofo at heavyweight now. He's a beast at heavyweight, and you know what I mean? That'd be an interesting fight. Belcher versus Rothwell at heavyweight would be a fun fight to watch.
Yeah, because they have what's the main event is Henry against Lorenzo Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then
I got Hunt by KO.
Oh
in
yeah,
round three.
I have my boy Hunt.
Yeah, because it's a 200-pound whatever catch weight, or is it? Yeah, it's 200-pound, and then
Catch
Bob
weight?
O'Bannon. Yeah, Bob O'Bannon and Ben Rothwell is the outright heavyweight fight, like the premier fight. There's Zachary Kalmus against Juan Torres, and I think the fight or the card is in Louisiana, so I think it's the first time
Yeah,
that
it's in Monroe.
Okay.
they've actually the first time they've gone down there. So I'm interested. I'm looking forward to Ben Rothwell. I didn't miss a single fight of his entire UFC career. One of my low key like favorite fucking fighters all time, man.
He was one of those guys
tenured,
that
man.
was very consistent. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was very consistent with his career.
Yeah, and if you had to like beat somebody at heavyweight, like if you hadn't beat Ben Rothwell, then you probably didn't make it to like the title or even like title.
Yeah, you had to go through Big Ben, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why excited to see that. It crept up on me. I mean, BKFC has some events where I don't know about them until
They got a couple good ones coming up.
Yeah.
They got a couple good fights coming up, but
yeah. And you could watch all those events at fightbookmma.com
exactly.
under the Fight TV tab on the menu. So go support, damn it.
Yeah. Otherwise,
yeah, eh?
You're not a real fight fan.
Damn it.
And you're a twat.
But we do have moving into picks and predictions for this weekend. We're gonna do UFC and Bellator, so we're going into Bellator. Was it 283 in Long Beach? We got AJ McKee moving weight classes. We know last time that fight with Pitbull was a little bit controversial, but kind of a shitty loss. So Pitbull's back here in this fight, but Pitbull's the main event.
So we'll just do because we only have about
lost you though, right?
Yeah, we only have about 35 minutes left, so let's just do the main card of Bellator and the main card for the UFC, because we'll be here for another 3 hours trying to.
But the Pitbull that McKee, the Pitbull that's in the main event in Bellator this weekend is not the same Pitbull that just beat McKee, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is it the same Pitbull?
Yep.
Oh.
Well, let's go ahead and give our predictions then. We'll start off on the main card. Let's start off with Juan Archuleta versus Enrique Barzola.
Yeah,
Juan Archuleta.
As much as I like Juan Archuleta, and I've been seeing him since King of the Cage and watched him fight live King of the Cage, and he was here in Albuquerque at one of the events as a guest, and he had all his belts chilling on the table. He's done pretty good for himself in Bellator. So, he's had his ups and downs, but I don't know, man. I think, let's see, he's how many fights in right now as far as losses? So he's got 2 losses, which I thought he did. 2 losses coming into this fight. And Enrique Barzola, he's a Mexicano. I can't go against, or not Mexican. He's a Peruvian. He's from Peru, Lima, Peru. Fights for AKA. He's also coming in with a loss. So I don't know. I think it's good where they placed him on the card. I just have a feeling that Juan Archuleta is gonna lose this fight.
Okay, now we got a problem.
Yeah, I think he's gonna lose.
He's gonna go in and get that knockout. Okay.
No, I think Enrique's gonna. I think Enrique's going to submit him, man.
No, he's not.
All right, we'll see.
We'll see.
It's a weird fight.
See, won't we?
I don't like to really be favored at either side. I'm gonna flip a coin, but I think Archuleta's on a bit of a slide. He's kind of in a must-win situation here. So
bite your tongue.
Yeah, we'll see. But Archuleta, I mean, he's like lost to the champ. Like where's Sergio Pettis been out? So he competed pretty well in that fight. You know what I mean? But he's only been stopped one time. He's still got a lot in the tank. Archuleta wins, just 59-41 type matchup. But moving on the main card, Jeremy Kennedy and Aaron Pico. Like, this is a damn good fight
Pico.
right here.
Oh man, this fight
Pico by KO.
I think Pico is going to KO Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
He is living out here in Albuquerque, training at Jackson Wink. So far he's on I think on a 7-5 win streak.
Yeah,
6 or 7, something like that.
Yep.
Now Jeremy Kennedy can't go up against the Canadian there, Mark.
yeah.
I like Pico though.
It's
not the Pico game like John Jones takes, but I like Aaron Pico.
Hey, but not picking the Canadian and being Canadian is racist.
Yes,
no, it's not, because look what happened last time I went against a Canadian. I went against Jordan. Look what happened.
Yeah, I just know that Aaron Pico, man, like when he lands punches, like he puts guys in the cemetery type deal.
He does.
So, like, honestly, he's one guy that I'm wondering, like, did he make the wrong transition though? Because he was a very good boxer. Probably could have made a whole lot more money boxing, you know. But moving to Jackson Wink and training with Brandon Gibson and just working those hands, they were already crispy and good when they came in. But lately, like, if he catches you, like, it's a one-shot deal. So Jeremy Kennedy, a great camp. I think he's Extreme Couture, Nick, and them out there. Like,
Extreme Couture, Toronto, maybe. I have to look it up.
He's got a great camp, man. So it's a great fight, great matchup. Pico's kind of right there on the cusp of getting a title shot at 45. That's why he's on this card with Pitbull, Adam Boric.
Third round finish for Pico. It's gonna be a late finish, not an early finish. It's gonna be a hard finish for him. He's gonna need to work for that finish, though. I think against the Canadian, at least. It's not gonna be like a wham bam quick one.
Yeah, I'll say second round. Pico demolish KO, just fucking.
Man. Pico's just going to use his boxing. I mean, come on. He's going to use his boxing. He's going to use his grappling or his takedown defense against Jeremy, because that's what they like to teach there at Jackson. So,
and if Jeremy, if the victory for Jeremy, it's for sure to grind it to a decision and hold Pico down and wrestle. But Pico's improved there too. I wouldn't rule out just like a grinder of a fight too, where Kennedy just fucking wins like a crazy split, controversial decision too. Pico doesn't win in impressive fashion in a knockout. I could easily see on the other side of the coin, Kennedy, because Kennedy's got a good record. He's fought some talented guys, and if he's able to implement the wrestling, absolutely makes it a grinder to the end. So, and then moving on to the co-main event, man, unbelievable that Spike Carlisle got put in this position to fight.
I don't know how.
The mercenary AJ McKee, man, one of my favorites. Lightweights, featherweights. Like, I think this guy belongs in the UFC. Could have probably been there a couple fights ago, but Spike Carlisle is
after that title win, he should have went to the UFC. I'm sorry.
This
after
is
he beat right to the UFC, guys.
Rudy Lara's favorite fighter, Spike Carlisle. Let's put that out.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Rudy's always talking mad shit about him. Doesn't he say that he looks like Carrot Top or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, he always got the comparisons. I forget what he says. No, Spike Carlisle, like the guy from Christmas Story that gets his. Yeah. I forget his fucking name, but where are you at?
I know. Where's Rudy for that?
God damn it! Unplug that mic and just. You know. Oh, there he is.
Scott Parkins.
Scott. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah,
from the Christmas Story.
Man, but is anybody picking Spike Carlisle in this fight?
No.
Like, on a crazy bet, like just randomly he KOs AJ McKee.
Nope. I will never pick against AJ McKee or his dad.
And I think that fight last time with Pitbull was fucking shitty, man. The judges, I don't know what the fuck happened there, but
yeah,
AJ McKee bounces back hardcore here because the loss to Spike Carlisle. I mean, I'm not knocking you, Spike. Like, he's a tough customer, man. Like, most of his fights, like he's a pretty exciting out the gate. Like, if he could weather the storm out of the first round and a half, AJ McKee definitely got cardio, got the skills on the feet. Very flashy guy. Hopefully he just doesn't get too crazy in there where Spike, like, honestly, Spike Carlisle KOs AJ McKee, I'm going to stop watching fucking MMA. this weekend. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, it would be a miracle if Carlisle does KO McKee.
like that's
Huge
like
miracle.
it's in the territory of Ollie Holm and Rousey, like those
Yeah.
those types of upsets. So
I wouldn't say that because it's not like I don't know about that because it's not like Carlisle's like some world-renowned boxer like Holly Holm was.
well, he's a fucking tough bastard. He's a KTB, a known tough bastard.
Mhm.
No, but yeah,
We'll
I
see.
mean, AJ McKee all the way. I think he finishes him.
Oh
in the
yeah, of
second
course.
round.
AJ McKee by probably submission in round 2.
Rear naked choke, second round. My official
Nope, standing
pick.
guillotine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That goes, Rob
Draw.
McKee. Yeah. That's like an MMA conspiracy guy take.
Tapology has to add draws, honestly. They need to add draws. They have to add draws on Tapology as an option. They have to.
Yeah, you could
Because
get
it
like
fucks up Tapology too much.
If you get the draw, it's like 500 points too, like the most points of all. It'd be great.
Yep. Add draws and DQs on Tapology. Can you imagine if you call DQ and it actually happens?
Or a doctor stoppage or something like that too.
Exactly.
They could add more to it. Yeah, but
we've seen it quite a bit.
But moving on to the main event, Patricio Pitbull against Adam Borix. Adam Borix has definitely earned this slot here too. You know what I mean? Because man, Patricio Pitbull fought everybody, man. The Chandlers, the McKees, the fucking Pettises, the everybody.
Yeah.
In Bellator. And last time that fight with Mads Burnell that he had, Adam Borix, it was somewhat close. I thought Burnell was a potential contender for the title, but with that win, it earned him the slot here at the main event for Long Beach. So he's got the win over Jeremy Kennedy too. Jeremy Kennedy's only lost 3 times. One of them was to Adam Borix, and he's low-key been coming pretty fucking hard in Bellator, man. So once you make it to the top of the mountain Bellator, there stands the Pitbull across the cage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
Rob,
man. But the thing with Borix, though, most of his fights that led him up to this fight right now have been by decision. So it's not like he's finishing his fights. On the other hand, with Pitbull, he is finishing his fights.
And it's very, very rare to go to a decision with Patricio.
It's very rare.
So. Either Pitbull is hard to decision, really. You know what I mean? It's usually a finish with either Pitbull.
So that's why I'm picking Pitbull winning this fight. Kudos to Adam to make it this far and to get the chance to fight for the title. Exciting fighter, yes, but a finisher, no. There's just no way that he's going to finish Pitbull. They're just, I don't see it happening.
A decision. He needs a decision. He'd maybe get a left.
Even if it goes by decision, there's no way that he wins by decision. There's just no way that
it's Pitbull by 4th round finish.
Yeah, I'm just saying that Pitbull is just going to come out with the belt, and that's that.
I'm picking Adam Borix decision now based on what
you just
said. Oh shit!
Wow, David. Pyramids.
The craziest shit happens in the Bellator. Who is that guy that
it does? You know what? It really does.
One kick to Michael Chandler. Who is the guy? I can't think of his name. And we never heard of him again. Bellator fighter. Name that MMA fighter. Yeah, that's.
Oh my
God. Hold on. Wait. Are you talking about the one leg kick?
Yes, that hurt Michael Chandler and he won the belt, right?
Wait, Brett something.
Yeah, I see.
It was Brett something. Hold on.
Lost Battalion. But
no, it was Brett something. I know who you're talking about because he.
I'm not looking at the chat or anything right now. Somebody might have posted.
It was Brett something. I have to look it up. I can't.
But that's what I mean, though. We've seen like Rory McDonald.
Brett Primus. It was Brett Primus.
Brett Primus. There he is.
Primus. That's who it was. It's Primus.
And if you don't know who that guy
fucking
is,
win over Chandler.
Not a real fight fan if you don't know who Brett Primus is, but like I said, my point. Rory McDonald. We've seen what's his name? There's been several fighters come from the UFC where he seemed like the matchmaking is favored to them, and they go out there and they get smoked by somebody in Bellator that's like a 10th ranked guy in Bellator. So
Rory's had a bit of a shitty end to his career. So You're exactly right on that one. Where guys go to Bellator and they kind of get their careers kind of ended.
Yeah, and some of them are not necessarily old or aged or just near the end. Like Rory went in there still, pretty tough and still had a lot of fight in him and fought the best dudes. And some guys like he got smoked like the last 3-4 fights. You know what I mean, going out. But I think I'm sticking to that pick though, Adam Borix. I'm gonna go wild card pick that he wins the belt over Pitbull.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Well, I'm still going with Pitbull by 4th round stoppage. Roberto?
Right. Pitbull 3rd round.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're trying to line up.
Even though this is a 5-rounder, I still feel that Pitbull is going to take it. And the next thing you know, if AJ McKee wins it, that's who's going to fight for the belt next.
Yeah, they wanted to
AJ's fighting out lightweight.
Yeah, they want a fresh matchup. And if AJ McKee wins and Pitbull wins,
guys see the rematch, right?
Of course, they want that. Yeah. Adam Bork spoils the night. That spoils the party, though. Unfortunately.
Oh shit!
But yeah, moving on to the UFC. I guess we could do the entire card. We got some time.
Yeah, let's do the fight poster real quick. I actually kind of like it. I like it enough to say that I'm going to give it a 4.
Man, I like the ripple effects. So
yeah, it's simple. It's somewhat clean. You can actually read their names, and there's nothing else more fancier on that poster.
That's why I like the ripple effect. I like them so much. I had to use them on our show.
Yeah. I like it, man. I'm going to give it a 5, not a 4. I'm going to give it a solid 5. It's pretty good.
It's not the worst. It's not the worst.
The worst.
It's kind of like, It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's
but you know who always has the cleanest and the awesome fight posters?
Brave Combat.
Brave Combat too. Brave, they do some amazing work on their fight posters. I mean, but Combate, likey.
Yeah, they win this week too as well. So
yeah, so that's gonna be a new segment, peeps that's out there. We are gonna have who does the best fight poster of the week or the weekend that's coming up.
Yeah,
and so far,
a weekend that's heavy loaded with like every promotion from Combates, LFA, Brave, UFC, BKFC all slammed into one weekend, which it's probably like next weekend. You know what I mean, or the following week. So
there's a couple next weekend. There's a few good cards next weekend.
So I think this week it's going to be. I'm going to give it to Brave.
Yeah, Brave does well. And if Rudy, the producer at hand, damn it, we put the Brave poster up. But go check it out because Combates is great.
Yeah, Combates is good.
LFA does a good job too. But UFC though, overall, I'm gonna give this one a 5. Like Rob said, it's just simple. They didn't ruin it. Like usually they have some way of ruining like just some simple ass shit. But in the end, we have a closed off event that's 13 fights in the Apex Center. There's nobody there. It's basically the Contender Series and Mark Zuckerberg sitting cage side. So, but
you know what, man? To talk about that real quick, I feel that that's a slap in the face for these fighters because they've had the crowd, they've had the media, they've had the scrums, they've had the post-fight interviews, they've had everything done for these other fighters. Yet the people fighting on this card are going to get 0 of that. No fight scrums, probably no post-fight press conference because he's going to ask the fucking questions to the fighters. Nobody. Media's not allowed.
Well, it's probably just going to be Dana and the Mark Zuckerberg just sitting there in silence.
So. Unless they're going to have media being able to be at the post-fight press conference. But I think that's kind of lame to be chilling at home or at the hotel just to ask, if you get the chance to ask the questions.
No, this is the future. This is the future of the UFC. Is just nobody there, just a bunch of robots and aliens, and media does not exist anymore.
That's
Cue the
retarded.
pyramids for the 6th time on this episode. But
Yeah.
No, the starting off the card though, Guido, Canetti, and Randy Costa at 135. Of course, we don't have really the prop to produce the fight odds. I'm trying to pull it up here now. But as far as like the card itself, breakdown top to bottom, this fight kicking it off the card, I think it's perfect. I think the matchmaking is right there. Like Randy Costa is kind of like a guy that either he finishes the fight in round 1 or he gets starched. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a good.
Yeah, so Randy Costa's coming in minus 285 and Gennady is at plus 240.
Okay. Yeah, Costa's a guy that, like, if he goes a distance, more than likely he loses. Guido's chinny. Costa, I'm gonna pick him in the fight because, like, I think this fight doesn't go past 2, and I'm only favoring it just because he's got a track record of just having the hands. Canetti may back grind it out, but I'm gonna go Costa for sure.
And then if I'm right, aren't they fighting for their
Oh yeah,
slip for this fight?
Yes.
Loser leaves town. That's for damn sure. And you know what? If they draw, they're both gone.
Yeah. The filler exciting fight, and Costa's pretty exciting early. So, but yeah, he's fighting for his job. But,
oh yeah. But, I'm picking Costa on this one.
Okay, and then moving on to the next fight, women's. It's a catchweight. It shows at Tapology. Of course, we're looking at Tapology quick sheet. It's a bout order subject to change. We don't know if fighters are going to miss weight.
Or if it's going to be in that order either. They always change the order sometimes too.
Yeah, we could see fucking our boy main event this card tomorrow, Don Shanis. You never know. But Julia Stoliarenko against Chelsea Chandler. I believe Chelsea Chandler's making a debut, but Julia Stoliarenko's kind of on the cusp of getting cut as well too, right?
Yeah,
I can't really pick in this one, honestly. I'm just gonna kind of coin toss it when I make my picks for this one.
Yeah.
And we have the Marauder, Tyler King, joining us on the show tonight.
Tyler,
what's up, brother?
You are welcome for boosting your ratings.
Oh wow, Tyler.
Big PK joins us.
So the fight odds for this one, Stoliarenko is coming in at minus 115, and Chandler's coming in at 105.
Yeah, see, Chandler was she a former champion of Invicta? Or she had some great fights in Invicta, and I don't think she lost a single fight there. But Stoliarenko is kind of a good measuring stick, like to get her into the UFC. It's not really like far off matchmaking, and it is a catch weight. So I don't know if this is like a 35-pound future for her. But I'm definitely going with Chandler. Like, I can't pick Stoliarenko in this fight. No way.
Tyler, who do you got on this fight?
Well, as I just jumped in, and I'm not that familiar with Chef. I'm sorry, what was the not American's name?
Julia Stoliarenko.
Yes, as I'm not very familiar with Julia Stoliarenko, I will go with the American name Chandler because they're usually pretty good.
Yeah, and Stoliarenko is coming off a win, armbar in the first round over Jessica Rose. Keep in mind her last fight.
I'm going for Stoliarenko, and she's going to submit Chandler in the second round. Because she is a badass on the ground, man. She was a beast. Her jiu-jitsu is on point. Gi and no gi, she is top notch. So I'm picking Stoliarenko going to finish this fight in one way or the other. It's going to be by submission.
What association is she?
Cobra Kai.
Is she a black belt?
Cobra Kai. Yeah, she's a black belt. She trains at a fighter house.
Yeah. No. I mean, there's the other Chandler. What's her base?
Chandler, I think she's a stand-up.
All right, maybe. No, okay, fine. I'll give you that one, bro.
Chandler's fighting out of Stockton, California, and she's part of the Gracie.
Oh, okay. I thought she was a stand-up
Gracie.
fighter.
Okay, I take that back. I go Chandler. I fully endorse Chandler.
Hey, I had a feeling, Tyler, that would be the case because it's Caesar Gracie this year, Stockton, California.
Dude, NorCal, Gracie, Nick Diaz Academy, Scrap Pack. That's my boys are repping them. Their jiu-jitsu is fucking ridiculous.
No,
there ain't no. Like I don't see her getting submitted, bro.
There you go, Rob. Take that pick back. TK just confirmed. That's why I said, don't let this pick screw up your psychology on Saturday. All right.
I mean, I'm saying, I'm just saying, she's a black belt in NorCal with that association. She's not gonna get hustled and submitted, and it's her debut, her UFC debut.
Yeah.
She ain't getting submitted. She is not getting submitted. Coming out of NorCal, no. Coming out of, and she turns to Caesar Gracie, she ain't getting submitted.
I'm still picking Saralenko, and if she wins, Tyler, I'm gonna text you. I told you.
With that.
Okay. So when I don't get a text on Saturday, I mean maybe I'll remember this.
You probably won't remember, but let's.
Actually, I'll definitely remember. I mean, it's only a little hybrid. I'm not. Listen, no. I mean, so they say about NorCal.
So next up, we have Maxim Grishin versus Philip Lins. The odds on this one has Grisham at -180 and Lins plus 155.
Yeah, I got Grisham, man. Maxim Grisham for sure.
Yeah.
Philippe Lins. He's up on. He's the betting odds for a reason. It is a close fight, but I don't see Philippe Lins in this one.
Mark, who you got?
Maxim.
Berto, you're with the
same man. I'm picking Grisham in this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Philippe Lins is too much of a vet to drop this one.
And then next up, we got a pretty interesting matchup. Guys that are just hard to kill, man. It's a pretty good styles matchup too. Brendan Allen, Christoph Jocko at 185.
Oh,
yeah.
This one I can't pick. I can't pick this one, guys.
It's not too far out of the odds. They have Allen at plus 100 and Jocko at -120. So it's a pretty good close fight, especially with the odds. So yeah.
Yeah, because they got Brendan Allen coming on a 3-5 win streak. Since losing to Chris Curtis, he's got a grappling win over Gabriel Checo, rear naked choke over Sam Alvey, and then the tough, hard-fought decision against Jacob Malkoon last out on the Glover Teixeira Projaska card, which is pretty fucking wild fight. But Jocko's a guy that's just, I mean, you got to take that dude out. Brendan Allen, I don't know by submission, but odds on this fight though, Rob?
Let's see here. Brendan Allen's at plus 100 and Jocko -120.
Yeah, that's a good line for that fight. It's proper because you got Jocko's had some close fights recently. He had Gerald Meerschaert decision, Misha Serkinov close fight, Sean Strickland to a decision. He's a tough bastard, man. So
it's going to be a good one, guys. I think it's good. I think it's going to be a good close fight, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the fight.
Yeah, it's a coin flip fight. TK, who do you got, man?
Jocko all the way. I feel like Jocko just had a bunch of tough matchups. He is a hell of a fighter. I think I'm not sitting here saying his opponent here is chopped liver, but it is a bit of a step down from the caliber of opponents he's been facing. Not taking anything away from him, Guy's a fucking beast, but ain't the same as the lineup Jocko's had so far in his UFC tenure. So I'm going with Jocko with a big win.
He's got a great record too for that weight class and where he still stands in ranking. Like it's pretty amazing that like he's
His record, he's 1-2 in the UFC, right?
yeah, and he's 24-5 overall. Like he's fought a lot of killers coming in. Like his debut
He's
fight.
he's an absolute beast, and everything you're saying is correct. He's fought all the best guys, not in the UFC. He's fucking fought, excuse my French, fought who's who, on the other side of the world, like recognizable names that people, even Americans, recognize, guys who have wins in the UFC. So I think he's due for a little bit of a coming out party. I hate guys that say that. Oh, he's due. Tommy D, shout out. But like he's gonna really show like why everyone thinks of him so highly. Like so many people just like, oh, Jocko's a beast, Jocko's a killer. Other people will go and look and be like, well, he's 1-2 in the UFC. They just don't know though. Yeah. Like he's 2 close losses in the UFC, been in every fight, and just he hasn't looked bad either. That's the thing. He's just lost. He hasn't looked bad.
Yeah, still currently ranked 17. I think he's a lot higher in the UFC middleweight rankings, but Brandon Allen currently 26. So, like you said, PK, a little bit of a step down. Both these guys have had, like, I don't know, just the styles makes fights. And I think both these guys get matched up. It's going to produce a crazy fucking outcome. And I don't know, Jocko, man, I'm not going to pick against Jocko in this one for sure, though. I think, if it is, it's just it'll be decision. Split or unanimous, but I'm going Jocko. And
yep.
It should be a lot higher on the card too, but go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
Yeah. So our friend Miss Saw, she asked if it's true that Mark Zuckerman did the entire Apex exclusivity. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Wait a minute, did they? I just saw a headline. I didn't read the story. Didn't Dana deny it or say that's crazy?
Well, of course he's going to deny it.
Yeah, they want it to be a special type deal thing, but yeah, I think we were saying earlier that Mackenzie Dern spilled the beans at the UFC media day. So
yeah, well, I think it's kind of, dude, good for him, man. Good for him.
Yeah. Well, let's move along since we got a little bit of time. Joaquin Silva versus Jesse Ronson. The odds on this one, they have Ronson at plus 121 and Silva at minus 146.
This has been a hard one for me because he's had an opponent change. Ronson has, and this is his do or die fight in the UFC.
Yep. And if he loses, it's pink slip for him.
And remember what I said earlier about the fighter that needed a, you know what? I'm not going to say it online. I'm not going to say it live, but you know what? I got to go with my Canadian boy Ronson. Let's go body snatcher. Finish your UFC career off. Whether he wins or loses, I think he's going to be done in the UFC, I think. Just because. You know what I mean? He'll probably go off to maybe somewhere else, but I got to go with Jesse. I know what he can do. And when he's on his game, he's a nasty motherfucker. I never got to have him versus Jordan in Canada. We never got in the UFC, but we know Jordan didn't just avoided that fight because you're a little bitch, Jordan. So let's go, Jesse Ronson.
Tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel.
I know, right?
No, I'm sorry, but I know Jesse. You know, he's a good guy, and he just had some razor thin fights in the UFC before he got cut, and then he got brought back, and then some shit, and then I just want him to get a good last final fight in the UFC. Whether he wins or loses, I think it's his last fight, and I just want him to get a good send off. He's a good guy, you know what I mean? Like, you just want to see the good guy get a good send off.
And I think Joaquin's going to do that exact same. He's going to send him off in a wheelchair. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Hey, no, it was,
wow, that hurts.
The original opponent was Vince Pinchel, and that guy's tough as nails too, man. So the fight didn't happen. Of course, I'm gonna
Yeah,
pick.
they were throwing him to some nastiness for his last fight.
But I'm gonna pick Joaquin Silva, man, the former Combate
That's
guy.
all
Like
right.
he got shit down in Combate, and I think he's gonna come in here and sort of good matchmaking, man. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Silva. I'm gonna go with the Brazilian.
You know what? I expect y'all to pick Silva, honestly.
Yep, Silva for me.
It's all good.
Tyler?
Y'all can pick Silva.
Give me a second. Like, I'm trying to bring up Bronson's record and see the names he's fought. I mean, honestly, I don't know that much about Silva, but after what you just told me, I'm definitely a Bronson fan. Who are Bronson's notable wins?
Thank you, Tyler.
No, who are Bronson's notable wins?
Bronson's notable wins. Let's see here. He's beat. I'm trying to get my computer to hurry the F up here.
I don't have his record in front of me right now, so I can't name them right now because my brain's not working. But
so there is so in the UFC, he had a no contest against Nicholas Dalby. In BTC, he won Troy Lamson. Let's see here.
Well, back in the day, he fought Francisco Trinaldo to a split. He fought Kevin Lee. He fought Michel Pereira, like tough fucking guys at that time.
Just by looking at some of these wins I've seen, definitely going Jesse Ronson. And both on character and his record.
Yeah.
Fucking beat Ryan Healy outside of the UFC. Beat Alex Ricci out of the UFC. He got some quality wins, dude. Yeah. I go Jesse Ronson.
Awesome.
All right. Next up, we got women's strawweight Jessica Penne against Tabitha Ricci. It's kind of like a passing of the torch to the next generation here. Jessica Penne has been around for a long time, but they're still close in ranking. You got Penne 15 against Ricci 18. I don't know. Like Penne's gonna put up a fight. I have a feeling. Be able to possibly get some, top control, get some takedowns. Not many ladies out there have dared take Tabitha Ricci down. I think Penne could probably do that and just make it a scrappy fight. But Ricci's tough, man. It's hard to pick against her here against a veteran. But you'll definitely see some good grappling exchanges, and Penne may get the better of her on the feet. But I got Ricci in maybe a close decision either way on Ricci's side, though.
Yeah, and they have Ricci minus 210 and Penne plus 180.
I have Penne via late stoppage, ground and pound, or she snatches a rear naked choke or a guillotine, or by decision.
Yeah, I got Penne winning too. I don't know how. I mean, but she is going to put up a good fight
by either decision or late stoppage.
Yeah, I mean, Ricci, don't get wrong, she is good on the ground, but I think Jessica is just she's wanting this win. I think she wants it more than Ricci. So Penne for me.
I will actually give Penne that as well.
All right.
Hello.
It was
Do we have sound?
Now we can hear you.
You're good. You're good, Tyler.
I'm good now. I don't remember where I dropped. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, the next fight up though should interest you though, Tyler. A guy that just has choked everybody out in the world except we got Oleksiy Oleinik fighting.
Oh no! Don't do it, David. Don't do it to me.
Against Illyria, the fire hydrant, the juggernaut.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not gonna lie to you. I was just earlier. I gave the card a look. I saw this fight, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is
right.
This is gonna be a good fight."
Yeah.
Either someone's getting submitted or someone's getting knocked out.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely see Erie looking to sit in the pocket, waiting for those takedowns and try to turn something over. I mean, like a hook or an uppercut. He's gonna try to
Mhm.
sit in there. He'll look to friggin' land big hook, big uppercut, and then go to his underhooks. Try to stay on his feet. We'll see what happens. I mean, if Alexi gets double underhooks, pulls Erie's hips in, that's not a good day for Erie at all.
Oh my God, this is a fight.
So
I like
What?
both these guys. They're both two of my favorite fighters. I say Alexei is either gonna submit him late, or Latifi's gonna knock him out early.
Yeah.
Like catch
Yeah,
him
because
early.
Well, the big question is, can Erie get the takedown before Alexi and cork something on him?
That is
right?
true. That's true.
That's pretty much the fight right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
I mean, have we ever seen? I haven't watched all of Erie's fights, but I don't think I've ever seen him getting taken down by a strong wrestler slash submission fighter. And unless he's a strong fucking wrestler, I just don't think Erie has the defensive jiu-jitsu or even the knowledge of jiu-jitsu to get Erie's hips away or get fucking the giant Russians Alexi's hips away and get back to his feet. I just don't think he has that.
Yeah,
This is
it's
my
gonna
draw
be
on the UFC card, Roberto. This is my draw. This is my draw on
Awesome.
the UFC card. This is my typical draw on the UFC card. Fuck it, I'm done. This is my usual draw now. I'm done. I cannot pick in this fight. I can't. I like both guys too much. I cannot do it.
Well, the fight odds on this one, they have Latifi minus 175 and Oleinik plus 150.
Well, one thing that Leslie Oleinek's going to need if he's going to get a rear naked or guillotine is a neck, and Latifi doesn't have a neck. So,
That's true.
That's true.
But if it happens early,
I could see Alessi pinning him down and getting an arm.
yeah, I mean, Scarfold City or
A Scarfold
or something like that. Yeah, straight up.
Or Kimura, or just find him out and Kimura him.
Yeah. I got Oleinik by submission, like for sure, damn sure Alessi Oleinik submits him, even though he has no neck.
Well, guys, the time is catching up, and we are on overtime. So let's do a quick pick'ems for the main card. Let's start off, David, on the main card, and let's just do our quick picks, man.
Okay, we can go an extended hour.
I got stuff to do, man, before I go to bed.
Yeah, well, we could go. Well, starting off with Mike Davis and Borischev. That's the main card kickoff. Mike Davis opponent switch. I think he was supposed to fight Evloviv, right? Or what was the opponent? They switched him out. He was supposed to fight Euros Medic, so that was a dope
Euros
matchup.
Medic.
So it's another last minute fight. I don't know, man. Mike Davis is tough as shit too, man. Borischev can take the shot. I'm gonna go Mike Davis finishes the fight under 3 though.
Yep.
Mike Davis.
Yep.
And they have let's see, Borchek at plus 155 and Davis at minus 180.
Yeah. I got Davis then.
Mm-hmm.
Davis as well. Yep. Davis as well.
And then next up, we got it's apparently a catchweight fight: John Castaneda against Daniel Santos. Brazil versus America's matchup, or Latino Mexican fighter, former combates guy Castaneda. I don't know if Daniel Santos is going to be able to last in there with Castaneda. I think at some point he snatches up a choke. There'll be mad scrambles in this fight, though, for sure. This fight's action. Castaneda gets the win. That's my pick.
Yep. John Castaneda is going to win. I don't see it passing the first round, and if it does, it's going to be a finish in the second round. Easy. Mm-hmm. And the fight odds for this one, Castaneda is minus 190 and Santos is plus 160.
And the next up, the biggest underdog on the card. He was on the show last year. Don Shameless Shanus against Yusuf on short notice at 145, man.
Shanus. I got Shameless Shanus winning this fight, man. He is hungry. He is fucking ready. I mean, this guy, Tyler probably knows a lot about this fighter as well. But I'm picking Sheamus winning. The odds on this one plus 650 for Sheamus, minus 950 for Yusuf.
Yeah.
All right, we recording this? Yeah, okay. Put the house, especially those odds, on Shameless Don Chanis. 100%. I think I've seen the majority of his fights live. I've seen a large number of his fights live. I've trained with him. He was it was several years ago. He was a purple belt when I was a brown belt. I believe it might be a blue belt. I don't remember. But that motherfucker was hard as fuck to submit, and just a regular roll. I think he squat me a couple times, and got top pin. And I would get my guard back and attack some of the shit. But kid's fucking talented. He's super fucking determined. He's a beast, and the fact that he's the biggest dog on the card. I mean, I understand why, but smart money, Don Sheamus. Make him part of your parlays. Make him part of your pick'ems. Make it, dude. Throw a little bit of money down on him. It's gonna pay off. I promise you. Don Sheamus, much love, brother.
Yeah,
go get it.
Yep, for sure. For damn sure, he joined us last week. He's very excited to get that shot. Whether there's not a single fan.
Yeah, I was working. I couldn't even fucking come on. I would have loved to come on last week. Oh well.
And he said he didn't give a damn if there's a single person in the house or if it was back in Boston with 30,000 people. And eventually, I think Don will get that opportunity on a UFC card, having to take care of business against Sadiq Yusuf. So very talented guy. It puts him in the mix when he gets the win over Yusuf. So shout out to Don Sheamus. Take care of business on Saturday. Can't wait to see you make that walk, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we got Ronnie Barcelos against Trevin Jones. Super legit, wicked matchup here with both these guys. I've always been a Barcelos guy. He's had some recent losses. I don't think he's going anywhere. If he does, he's probably going to fucking Eagle FC. But Trevin Jones is dope. I like his style. Styles make everything. This is a fucking wicked matchup for the main card. It'll deliver. I'm gonna go Barcelos. Yeah. Barcelos by stoppage.
I think so too, man. I think Barcelos is gonna win by stoppage, probably in the late second round. It's going to be a good first round, it's a fill-out session for them. But coming into the second round, I think Barcelos is going to have his number and just win it, man. And the odds for this one, Barcelos minus 237 and Trevin Jones plus 192.
Yeah, Jones is a stud too. He's really good. Barcelos needs to win, and like Tyler was saying, shout out to Tommy D. He's due, right? So.
He's due for a win.
No, he's due, but he will deliver. It's a great matchup that'll bring out his style and his style that wins fights. So, but who do you got, Tyler?
What's the matchup? Sorry.
Got Brownie Barcelos, Trevin Jones.
Oh, Trevin Jones all day. Trevin Jones all day.
All right.
Let's go. Yep. Second round, wears him down, jumps on him, either knocks him out or jumps on him, grabs something quick.
All right.
The co-main event of the evening, Francisco Trinaldo, man. God,
Jesus Christ.
One of my favorite lightweights, transitioned to welterweight now, but he's just one of the known tough bastards of the ages for the UFC, man. Like, he's fighting
45-year-old, man. A 45-year-old being in this. I mean, come on.
At this level. At the level that he's at.
Yes.
That's scary.
He's not stopping anytime soon, too. So it's like, I think he gets the win here. I'm picking Francisco Trinaldo for the win.
Fuck yeah. Well, they have Trinaldo at plus 259 and Randy Brown at minus 329.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. There you
Perfect.
This one's a hard one for me to pick because they're both good guys, but Trinaldo's got that veteran, you know what I mean, like that veteran oomph compared to Brown. So
And he's got that old man strength, so don't forget that.
exactly.
Too.
But if Rude Boy can't do Rude Boy's got to do something. But if he can't get it done, then he's fucked.
Yeah, and if you didn't find out early, because if it goes to the final, to the bell for all 3 rounds,
Trinaldo's fucking
Ronaldo, he's still got the crazy cardio, and even at that age, just performing the way he's been, I can't count him out. I'll never pick against him, and this is my fight of the night. Like, am I wrong, Tyler? Like Ronaldo?
Oh, okay, fight of the night.
Yeah.
All right then.
Tyler, who you got?
That's Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I tend to agree with most of what you're saying.
All right. And then on to the main event of the night. I don't know. I guess this is a number 1 contender fight of some sort. Mackenzie Dern's been winning impressively lately and getting these high-profile fights. Xiaonan is on a 2-fight losing streak, but she's the one that's right in front of Mackenzie Dern. And I don't know. I just have a feeling Mackenzie Dern makes easy work of Jan.
Dude, Mackenzie didn't get a pass by the first round, bro. There's no way.
Mackenzie Booty Dern is going to win.
Mackenzie's going to win. Yeah, she's going to use her skills, and Jan's not going to know what to do with her, and it's just going to end. If it doesn't end in the first round, easy second round.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, Roberto.
Now, Jan is plus 198, and Dern is minus 243.
Wow. So, yeah, it's...
That's another one you put in your parlay right there.
Hell yeah, Tyler. Exactly.
Yeah, because if Jan winning in any way, it's like it's a major upset, but it kind of like derails like the situation of the UFC wanting to have Mackenzie Dern for that title talks, or even the next contender for Rose, or you know what I mean. We have the Esparza fight finally booked, so Mackenzie Dern's right there. This loss hurts her big time, so I don't think it happens on Saturday, though. So.
I mean, I tend to agree with you. The one thing about Mackenzie, she throws heavy for that weight class, too. She's not the best striker, but she throws heavy. She gets in tight and corks a couple shots, then it enters into some sort of grappling exchange. Her opponent's just going to be outclassed. Especially she lands one of those big hooks, one of those big straights, then gets her against the cage, pulls her leg out, puts her down. It's a bad day for her. She won't have an. I don't see her having an answer. That's the thing.
Yeah, she fights angry too. One thing I've always loved about Dern. Hopefully, she keeps that fire though, because man, she looks impressive. Like you said, Tyler, her striking. I've seen her land some shot. Like she's definitely gotten better there in that department. But we all know what her bread and butter is and the way she finishes fights. And I will not be surprised when the fight ends via some type of submission for Mackenzie Dern on Saturday. So
most likely.
Yeah. Right on. Well, guys, awesome show. Tyler, thanks for joining us. We always love it when you come and jump on for at least the last part of the show. We really do appreciate and we love having you on, man. So thanks for jumping on.
I mean, man. Rudy. Oh, Rudy's not with us. Oh, there he is.
There's Rudy.
Rudy. What are we starting our show? Fuck you, Rudy.
He said, I'm talking.
Rudy, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, guys, like I said, thanks y'all for joining us tonight. For all the people that are watching and are listening, we really do appreciate the support. So for all the fight news, go to fightbookmma.com. Tyler, once again, we really do appreciate you jumping on. As always, you're always welcome. The door's always open for you, man. Just ask for the link and we'll get you on. Of course it is.
Like, obviously it is. I mean,
well,
hey
it's
guys,
it's
everyone,
you, so
everyone in the Northeast, pay attention. Next couple weeks, Cage Fight's coming up.
yes.
Combat Zone, I believe November 15th. There may be another Cage Titans in December. Look for my prospect, Raul Scott, the soon to be 2-0 fighter. New York City, if you're in the New York area, we'll be having a Muay Thai, actually, one night Muay Thai tournament he'll be participating in. And my guy Daniel Mola, probably the last fight for Contender Series, November 15th for Combat Zone in Manchester, New Hampshire. So see you guys soon.
Sweet. Right on. Well, David, you know what to do, brother.
Yeah, and with that said, appreciate everybody watching and or listening wherever you get your podcasts. Look us up, Sitting Ringside Fight Book MMA. Check out all our previous episodes out there as well, too. Shout out to Rudy Lara, producer at hand. Tyler the Marauder joining us tonight. Mark Ambu up north. Roberto Villa, the boss, and myself, Dave Rodriguez. This is Sitting Ringside, episode number 146. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the fights. Catch y'all on the next one.